All right, good morning, Richmond Burton team. I'm going to walk you guys through where I want you to get this Saturday when you build out the RV jet. After you get it done, build out, send it to me, UPS it to me, US Postal Service it to me. We'll get it made and we'll get it finished up. I know you guys don't have some of the crimping tools for customizing the wiring. We'll customize the wire for you guys out here. But for the most part, I want you guys to get as far as you can with the airplane and the build out. So what I got to tell you guys? Get polos ordered. I'll send Kate the link to Kohl's where we got our polos. There's an embroidery shop in Antioch that has the graphics or the .svg file for the embroidery for the Stem Plus C on the front of the shirt. So get those polos ordered from Kohl's and then get the embroidery done. And then when we get out the spaceport, or you guys might already have the patches, you guys can iron on the patches there. They don't stick very good for some reason on the material, but that's okay. They'll stick for a day. They're good for 1 or 2 washings and then they start to fall off. We have some glue that we can bring with us to spaceport to glue on the patches if need be. Let's see, that's all I got for right now. Let me go inside and get the video going for where I want you guys to get the RV jet to. Alright guys, first thing I'll hit is where I want you guys to get with your wing here. So this is the aircraft left side wing. You guys can glue these panels together, this panel and this panel, CA glue them. You guys can install the flat carbon fiber tubes, or flat work, not tubes. These are the flat pieces. And you guys can install, you're gonna have to make a slit here and install another carbon fiber piece of flat work in here. Remember in the past we used to laminate our elevons? So there's our old wing, and you can see it's laminated. We're not gonna laminate them this year. What we're gonna do is, let me get this back situated up there. What we're going to do instead is use this carbon fiber piece to do the same thing. It stiffens up this elevon for us, makes it nice and stiff so that it doesn't bend at all. Anyway, don't worry about this part here. You guys don't have the carbon fiber sleeves to do this, and also we're using the Robarts hinges. We are not using the hinges that come with the RV jet kit. On the back side here, the carbon fiber tubes, rough them up, okay, rough them up and install them. You're going to need a saw to cut these and cut them so that they're just short of flush, about 1 millimeter short of flush. That ensures a nice fit when we put these together. And also if you cut them a little short, it's no big deal. They don't have to go all the way to the end, as you see here. See how there's a little bit of space there? That's fine. Cut them a little bit short, and then just make sure when you install them, the important point is that they're about 1 millimeter shy here. Center your servos. I know you guys have the capability, you guys have the servo centers. So center your servos, install just the arms on your servos. Don't forget to put the screws in. You can CA glue these in place, okay? Once they're centered, go ahead and glue them in place, and then just run the servo wire right in here. Put a little bit of hot glue here so that you have about this much poking out on this end, just like that. So that is the aircraft left side wing. The APRS transmitter is going to get installed right here. Don't worry about installing the APRS transmitter because you guys don't obviously have it, but we will install the APRS transmitter for you guys. Our test RV jet over here actually does have the APRS transmitter installed, so that's what it'll look like when we install it. So don't worry about that, we'll install that for you guys. Okay, moving over to the aircraft right side wing. Do the same thing. You guys can install the Dragon Link antenna on this, and you see where we have our Dragon Link poked out like that. You guys can do the same thing. It's kind of, there's a hole melted in right here. And I'll take this apart and show you guys. So here is the aircraft right side wing. Again, glue it. Glue your flat work in, your carbon fiber flat work. Glue in another piece of carbon fiber flat work here. Don't worry about the arm again. We will build these for you guys and install the arm. Don't worry about the control horn because we're going to use the Robarts horns. On the bottom side here, same thing as the other wing. The only difference is you guys are going to run the Dragon Link antenna right here. Come on out over here with a nice little cut through here, and then install it so that it's, see how it's elevated here with a little bit of hot glue. Don't worry about putting the straws on for shipping because it'll break in the box, or the potential to break in the box. So that's that. So exactly like the other wing, glue it up. Okay, the body of the airplane. If you guys can get that far, that would be great. The nose that we have on here, this is just our nose for when we maiden. The nose that we're using, here's the actual nose that we're using for this. This is a 3D printed nose for this thing. And don't worry, we've got the 3D print. So we're gonna print you guys up a nose just like this. We didn't want to use this nose on the test airplane, just because if we break this, we only have one of these. So this nose, we installed the foam nose. You guys can do the same thing. You guys can, this one, I had new kids cut this, so it's not really that pretty. But you guys go ahead and do the same thing. We installed these screws here. Let me pull out these screws for you guys so you can see. Actually, I won't pull them out. Anyway, this isn't glued on. This nose isn't glued on. There's these nylon screws. These are just 8/32 nylon screws. I have a whole bin here full of them. You might want to stop at Ace Hardware and get some of these. They also sell these little knobs at Ace Hardware. And these are great because these fit together just like this. And you can use these for securing things. And I'll show you how we did that. Anyway, don't worry about you don't have to worry about the nylon tubes. Just build out the nose with the run cam and embed your secondary camera in here as well. And just build the nose like that. If you have any questions about this, give me a holler. What we did here is nothing is glued down on the body of the airplane. Everything is such that we can open it by just removing. We can remove this by just unscrewing this. And like I said, the reason why we did this is for testing. We didn't want anything to be glued down in place permanently in case we wanted to make a change. This allows us total flexibility here because this is just a nylon screw and it pops right out just like that. And then, well, I do have to remove this top screw to get the top off. So the whole top is still removable. Just like that. So this piece is just one of these little nylon screws, just like this, and I put a nut on here too, and then it's sunk down into the foam and super glued in there, so that when we put the lid on, and I do got a lid, but it's not the lid for this airplane. Anyway, when we put the lid on, we can poke the screw through there and put the lid on, just like that. Anyway, if you guys want to do that, that's up to you. I don't know if you have the parts and pieces for doing that. If not, don't worry about it. Just leave this in one piece. The main section here. Go ahead, install your motor. Make sure these screws are nice and tight, snug. Don't over torque them. You can double side tape with 3M tape here your ESC. You guys can go as far as you want with this. You can install the Dragon Link here. We just have a piece of Velcro on there. Piece of Velcro. Install your Dragon Link antenna right there. Run your wiring. We actually moved it back there a little bit. This wire here goes off to our video we have a video switch installed in there, and this video switch allows us to control the 2 cameras with our Spectrum. So that's the switch leg for the video switch, and this is the camera from that little device. I don't know if you guys can see it in there, the video switch, but don't worry about that. I know you guys don't have that part. We'll install that for you. But get the pitot tube installed. Make sure you guys do that the right way. The positive goes to the main part of the tube. The static goes to the static port part. Install your video transmitter. Install the vector. Use a little piece, I think this is 1-inch thick foam. Just use a little piece of flat 1-inch thick foam to install the vector in there. And just get it to this point, and then send it to us, just like this, and we'll take it from there. Take it easy, guys, and hopefully we have your airplane next week, and we'll get it finished for you. Any questions, give me a holler. Take care, you guys.